Before you start telling in the comments that this comparison is not relevant because I'm comparing the 360 camera to the regular action camera, let me tell you why. The moment since I got my hands on the Insta360 X6, I almost stopped using any other action cameras. And the only reason of that was that actually this camera is coming with the same sensor size as it is in Action 6 and also in the Osmo 360. It's just slightly smaller than it is on GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Take into account that Insta360 has put updated sensor in this camera, and not only about the size, but the technology that is behind the sensor, because the new sensor on X6 was developed by Sony, and now it has 500% more light perception than the previous generation on Insta360 X5. Meaning that if we want to use this Insta360 X6 in the low light, this camera becomes much more capable than the previous generation. Also the 10-bit color. With the new Insta360 X6 and a huge improvement for Insta360 X6, it is as well the dynamic range. Because the X6 now is having 13.5 stops of dynamic range. As for the action camera, it is a huge improvement. Also, it's got the built-in memory. It's got pretty much everything else that you will find in the regular traditional action camera. And if you're comparing now side by side with Action 6, that is considered as the most popular action camera in the world, of course alongside with Action 5 Pro and Action 4, can you tell a lot of differences between these two cameras? Take into account that Action 6 is a regular flat lens action camera, and Insta360 X6 is a 360 camera that I'm using now in the flat or single lens mode. I was testing this camera X6 during the entire trip in Norway that actually is coming to the end now, and I found this camera is so capable that I don't need any other action cameras. There's only one reason why you might have other action cameras is of course the fragility, because of the spherical lenses on Insta360 X6 are more exposed to the damage, and of course you need to be very careful with it. And comparing, for example, with DJI Action 6 that has the flat lenses, and even if it's scratched, you can easily replace it, and it's less vulnerable to the scratches, the same as on other action cameras. It's becoming raining here. I need to finish the first part of this episode, so let's jump here. And welcome back to sunny Netherlands from the cloudy and rainy Norway. I had plenty of time to review the previously recorded comparison between X6 and also Action 6 that I filmed in Norway, and what I can say is that X6 looks a little bit less washed out, especially when you're filming in the low light, like for example cloudy condition. The colors look pretty much similar on both cameras, but seems like the clarity and the sharpness on X6 look a bit better, even though that both sharpness on both cameras have been set to medium. Take into account that the sensor size is the same on both cameras, but the sensor on X6 has been developed by Sony, and it means that the quality of the sensor itself is much better than it is on DJI. I had the chance to test also the X6 staying nearby fountains and filming in 4K 60 FPS, as well in 4K 120 FPS. So the slow motion seems like the same on both cameras. I don't see any big differences. The only thing in the colors, again, seems like the sky on X6 look a bit brighter, more true to reality how it is, because seems like on Action 6 when we are filming on the high frame per seconds like 120 FPS, it cannot perceive as much light as X6 is doing. For example, right now I'm filming with metering on Insta360 X6. It means that the camera is taking the priority over my face. That's why you could see slightly unnatural color of the sky. But let me show you, I will turn off now the metering on X6 and we'll just continue filming as it is. Okay, so the metering has been turned off on Insta360 X6. What does it mean? That the camera is not trying to focusing and highlight the skin and actually in general the brightness of my face, and it's just like taking into account the entire scene including the background, just making it as natural as possible. One big advantage on Insta360 X6 is we can film in 5K but in 60 FPS. It means that if you want to crop your footage later a little bit, you can film in 5K and still you'll be able to slow down the footage 2 times. On Action 6, we can film in 8K, but only maximum 30 FPS. What does it mean? That if you want to slow down your footage later, you cannot do this even though that you are filming in 8K. And for example, if you want to create the cinematic slow motion effect, it's not gonna work on Action 6 if you decided to film in 8K, and with 5K on Insta360 X6, it's gonna work well. Okay, let me show you the widest field of view possible on both cameras. So it is ultra wide on DJI Action 6 and also the mega view on Insta360 X6. And let me switch now to the next position of wide view. Now both cameras are filming in natural wide on Action 6 and also 1x or just a regular wide on Insta360 X6. Yeah, now it looks more true to the natural. Speaking of the battery, because while filming this part of the episode, it is still 91% left on Action 6 and 94% left on Insta360 X6. I'm seriously impressed by the quality of single lens on Insta360 X6, and I can just imagine how good Ace Pro 3 will come later this year. Hopefully. So guys, my verdict would be next. That if you are looking, for example, for really tough cameras that you can mount on your car while you're going off-road, or you're afraid to hit the camera like of the rock or the tree, then perhaps the action camera like the DJI Action 6 is better suitable for you. But if you want the best travel camera that will be filming for you an Insta360 in a perfect single lens mode and actually super versatile camera, then Insta360 X6, of course, no doubt, is much better than DJI Action 6. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I'll have more comparison coming in the next few days. So take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.